each and every one of y'all. Salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all for all y'all support. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Sound check. Sound check. It looks like I can hear myself. So hopefully y'all can hear me clearly. But listen, y'all, how's everybody doing on this wonderful day? Wonderful Sunday. This is going to be the pregame show between the Vikings versus the Packers. You know, I can't believe this is the last game of the season for the Vikings. We could win this game. We'll be over 500. We'll be 9-8. I love how we finished strong this season. But before I get into how I feel about the Vikings and how this season went down and us going against the Packers today, I want to say this, right? When you talk about any given Sunday, right? You know, that's the old saying. Any given Sunday is a fact. Whether people want to admit it's a fact or not, it's any given Sunday, right? What I want to start putting out there in the atmosphere is any given season, because you can't tell me that the Seahawks will be the number one seed, right? Right now, they're the number one seed. They are the number one seed in the NFC. In the NFC, they're the number one seed, which is, I'm not really surprised, but what I will say is this: nobody expected the Seahawks to be this good. And congratulations coming from a Viking fan. You know, Sam Darnold used to be our quarterback, was 14-3 with us, and then he was 14-3, you know, with the Seahawks this year. So back-to-back years with two different teams, winning 14 games and only losing 3 is very good. And I'm not going to sit here and hate on Sam Darnold because he has a good defense and yes, yeah. I don't think anybody, listen, Seahawks got a good defense, but for them to be 14-3 and be the number one seed, listen, I don't think, and shout out to Sam Garcia, shout out to you, bro. Yeah, and going back to what I was saying, like, some people are like, oh, well, let's see what he does in the playoffs. Listen, of course, what matters is the playoffs, right? But you can't take away that man helped the Vikings have 14 wins last year, and then this season going to the Seahawks, helping them win 14 games this season. And he's a big part of the reason why they are successful this year. And I'm happy for him. I'm actually going to cheer for Sam Darnold to do wonderful in the playoffs. Coming from a Viking fan, I'm not going to be a hater. You know what I mean? Shout out to Zoma. Yes, I have a wife. Shout out to you. And you're 1,000 right. I reserve my opinions for Sam until I see him play in the playoffs. Yeah, we're going to see what he does in the playoffs, but he has right now, they're the number one seed. They have a bye week, and nobody knows what's going to happen. Listen, the playoffs is a whole nother animal, and we'll see what happens. People will be like, oh, he hasn't won in the playoffs. Well, he only lost one game in the playoffs. He only played one game in the playoffs in his whole entire career, and that was with the Vikings, and he lost that one game. Now, we'll see what he does with the Seahawks. I have a feeling the Seahawks might do damage in the playoffs. I'm just being honest with y'all. We'll see what happens, but they're a very good team, and I'm happy for Sam Darnold, right? Now, and listen, I hope Viking fans are not going to be, oh well, I hope he doesn't win. I hope people don't think like that, but I'm pretty sure people are thinking like that. Like, I don't want him to win. If he couldn't win it with the Vikings, I don't want him winning with the Seahawks. I get it, but at the same time, it does make it look kind of weird, kind of crazy if he does happen to get far in the playoffs and maybe even win the Super Bowl. That would be crazy, because then everybody's going to be like, wow, we gave up Sam Darnold and he just won a Super Bowl. That would be crazy, but, we'll see what happens. I'm cheering for the man. If there's any team in the NFC that I would want to win more than the Seahawks, it would probably be, of course, the Vikings, but we're not in the playoffs, so that's another story for another day. But it would probably be like the Rams, the Niners, maybe. I like the Niners, and the reason why I like the Niners, because of what they overcame all season long. So I have a lot of respect for the Niners. Maybe the Rams, but I honestly, the one team that I like, if anybody gets to the Super Bowl, I would love to see the Seahawks get to the Super Bowl. I'm being honest with y'all. But yeah, getting to the Vikings versus Packers pregame show, getting to this game, and I understand people are going to say it's just a game where they're going against backups. I don't care whatsoever. I want JJ McCarthy to play well. I want JJ McCarthy to throw for over 300 yards, 400 yards. I don't care. It could be 1,000 yards he can throw. I don't care what. I just want the man to play good. I want the man to be healthy. I want the man to just straight up be a straight up dog out here, man. I just want him to be good, man. Straight up. Want him to be good. And that's just how I feel. Hold on, sound check real quick. I just want to make sure I can hear myself. And that's just how I feel. Hold on. Sound check real quick. Sound check real quick, y'all. Sound check real quick. I just want to make sure I can hear myself. Y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me? I just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Y'all. All right, I think y'all can hear me. All right, cool. Y'all can hear me. All right, but Mike, will a wide receiver be a need? Next year, I don't think a wide receiver is like a big need. I don't think that's a big need. I'll be honest with you. What's going on, Chris? For real? Hold on, real quick. Yeah, so I don't think it's a big need, to be honest with you. I hope you guys get the dub. Can't stand the Packers, and I still can't believe they snatch up Diggs. Yeah, man. But Diggs hasn't been playing the best. I mean, I heard from some Cowboy fans, mainly Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is like, man, he ain't the same anymore. A lot of Cowboy fans are saying he ain't the same. That could be them saying it because he's not on their team anymore. But what I would say is this, man, new scenery can make players play a lot better. You feel me? I think that's what a lot of teams, a lot of players, sometimes they play a lot better when they're going on another team. Just like Sam Darnold. He went to the Vikings, he looked good. And then Sam Darnold goes to the Seahawks, he looks even better probably. We'll see when it comes down to the playoffs. But yeah, new scenery can definitely help a team help players be better. You know what I mean? And when it comes to JJ McCarthy, I know there's a lot of speculation when it comes to how good he is, and that's understandable because we have to see him on the field to get more reps, and we have to see him be healthy. But I truly believe he's very talented. I truly believe JJ McCarthy has the ability to make every throw, and I think that he's going to be amazing against the Packers. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to seeing JJ McCarthy throw touchdown passes to Justin Jefferson. I'm looking forward to seeing him just be out there, just having fun and enjoying the game and just being himself. And with great play calling, I truly believe that the Vikings are definitely a favorite. You know what I mean? They're definitely a favorite to probably win the division next year in 2026. I just want to build momentum going into 2026. Stephon Diggs is performing well. Stephon Diggs is suspended, bro. Stephon, you talking about Steph? I thought you was talking about the his brother. Stephon Diggs ain't playing, I don't think, because of the situation, I believe. What's going on with Stephon Diggs' situation? Is he even playing? Yeah, I don't even think he's playing, bro. I think the NFL is doing an investigation on that situation. I don't think he's playing. If you're talking about previously to the situation that just happened, yes, Stephon Diggs has been playing well. But to be honest with you, bro, it's a done deal I feel like for the rest of the year for him, because if it comes out that everything that happened is true, it's a wrap, bro. He might not even be able to come back to the NFL. Like, listen, bro, it's just certain things you just don't do. Previous. Yeah, he was amazing previous, but it don't help him now. That's a hurt piece. That's a hurt piece, man. That sucks, but you know what I mean? You gotta do better. But yeah, man, the Vikings are in a situation where they can definitely build a lot of great momentum going into 2026. And I'm so excited for this game. I'm so excited for the rest of this off season. This off season is going to be one of the best off seasons in Minnesota Viking history, in my honest opinion. I probably say that every offseason, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of things that's going to happen that we're going to be shocked about. I'm not saying that we're going to make a big blockbuster trade for like a Joe Burrow or somebody. I don't see that happening, but there's going to be a lot of speculation, a lot of rumors. It's going to be a fun offseason. Oh yeah, Stephon Diggs. Yeah, Stephon Diggs. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, Stephon. Yeah, man, Stephon Diggs, man. I don't even want to talk about Bull, to be honest with you. Like, I don't even want to talk about him. I hope the best for the situation, but yeah, I don't even want to talk about Stephon Diggs. Yeah. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the building, man. Appreciate y'all, man. God bless everybody. Happy New Year. You know what I'm saying? Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. 2026. Let's make 2026 the best year. You know what I mean? That we had, like, probably of our lives. You know what I mean? Enjoy life. Life is not promised. Enjoy every day like it's your last day. And make sure you never quit on your dreams. You never quit on yourself. Never give up. 2026 should be hashtag never give up. You might take a couple of steps back, but just because you take steps back don't mean that you have to quit. Never quit. You know what I mean? I take steps back all the time in certain situations in my personal life. But at the end of the day, you can't quit. You still got to do what you got to do. You still got to take care of your family. I got to take care of my family. But if you keep God first, anything is possible. And no matter what you're going through, God will always be with you. But I just want to say that real quick. Realistically, what quarterback you think is worth trading for, or do you stick with JJ? I stick with JJ McCarthy. And listen, this is the year for me. Like, I'm not going to be one of these other. Listen, respectfully speaking, I am not waiting 5 years for him to develop. If he can't be healthy, that's number one, right? That's just a bad situation right there, right? But I got all 2026. If he can't play all the games and he gets hurt and he doesn't look good, I will say this respectfully. We have to move on, because I was just talking to Viking fans that witnessed all 4 Super Bowls that we lost, and we never won. We never won a Super Bowl. And listen, bro, like, it's not just about one player. It's about the whole team. It's not, if he can't develop in this year in 2026 and look decent for the whole entire season, respectfully, and I like JJ McCarthy. I think he has ability, but the best ability is what? Availability. If you're not available for all the games and you're not available, when you say be patient, when I hear the be patient, if he can't play because of injury, what are we supposed to do as a franchise? Just wait until he keeps coming back and he gets hurt? Listen, I hope injuries happen. It's a part of football. The man's 22 years old. I'm not trying to give up on him, but he's 22 years old and he keeps getting hurt. So if he can't last for 2026 and he can't be decent enough for the whole entire season, for majority of the season, I'm not waiting another 3 years to see if this man can be the guy. I want him to be the guy. I call him the franchise. But at the same time, the only way you can be the real franchise of an organization, of a football team, is to be on the field and produce the whole entire season. Now, I am cheering for JJ McCarthy. Don't get it twisted. I am not cheering against JJ McCarthy. But at the same time, it's about the team. It is not about just one player. Because all these people be like, let's be patient and wait 5 years. By the time 5 years pass, all the primetime players like Justin Jefferson, Jordan, they're going to be, I'm not going to say they're going to be washed, but they're not going to be the same. So we got to figure this out. I'm not saying give up on them this year. That's not what I'm saying. But in 2026, there has to be a improvement overall, and there has to be a way he can stay on that field and be healthy, because we are not, as a franchise, going to be, listen, and I say that about any position. Quarterback, well, obviously, quarterback's the most important position, but listen, ain't no way we supposed to be in the situation we're in right now. I know we had injuries, but for our offense to be number 29, and it's not all JJ McCarthy's fault, it's play calling, in my honest opinion. But listen, he got to be better in 2026. Ain't no we waiting until 2028 for him to be a Pro Bowl quarterback. No. And I like JJ McCarthy. I'm not trying to give up on him, but we are trying to be a Super Bowl champion. We're not just trying to see and wait for one player to develop and it takes 5, 6, 7 years for him to develop. We're not doing that. 2026 is the year for me. I give him all 2026, see what the man can do, and we'll go from there. That's just my opinion. My New Year's resolution is getting closer to God. You know, that's the number one. That's the number one for me as well, man. Getting closer to God, believing in God. I love that, Holden. I love that. Respectfully, a Vikings win isn't very impressive today, but a loss is devastating. You are so correct. But I say this, we ain't losing this game. We better not lose this game. It's not really about the win for me, right? It's really about getting reps for J.J. McCarthy. The man this will be the 10th game of his career. In 2 seasons, he only played 10 games. So it's about getting experience and getting reps. Because what I'm getting tired of hearing, and I don't want to hear this in 2026, be patient. We going to wait to see what he does in 2026. And we're going to be patient when it comes to 2026. That's for me. I'm just talking for me. But after 2026, if he doesn't look like he can stay healthy, that's number one. Number two, be solid/good throughout the season. He's going to have his moments where he's throwing interceptions or whatever. But at the same time, I got to see some real progression going into 2026. I have to see it because we're trying to win a Super Bowl. We're trying to win a Super Bowl. This is not just about one player. This is about the team. It's about the team. And I'm not going to be a Viking fan saying we're going to wait 5 to 6 years to see if he can develop into a Pro Bowl quarterback. I'm not going to be one of them guys. I'm just not. And I say that respectfully to all the ones that are trying to wait 5 years and see if he can be the guy. I'm just not one of those guys. I'm just not one of those guys. I will be patient, and I think he's going to be good against the Packers today. I just want to see a good game from him. I want him to be healthy, and I'm happy that he's playing through this injury because in football, you're going to have to play through some injuries. You're going to have to play through something. You know what I mean? It's not going to be you're 100% healthy every single game. Once you play that first game in the regular season, unless you're a bench warmer, you're going to be playing with some type of pain or something. You know what I mean? You're going to be playing through something, right? And I seen Justin Herbert play with a broken hand. He didn't play the best, but he played solid. All these other people are playing through stuff. And I know it's the degree of injury. You know, you can't play through certain things, but football players play through some injuries. And that's just what it is, man. Got to play through something. He never played against these types of players. Yep. NFL has faster game speed and most rookies have a hard time adjusting. And you know what's so crazy? And I agree with everything you're saying. You know what's so crazy though? And I'm not trying to compare my quarterback to nobody else, but I'm just going to compare him but I am at the end of the day, I'm going to compare him to the 2024 draft. Drake May, the guy that I wanted in the first round, is in the MVP conversations in his second year. Listen, Jaden Daniels in his rookie season got his team to the NFC Championship game. Bo Nix, as a rookie, got his team to the playoffs in his second year, got his team to the playoffs. And I don't want to hear, well, the Broncos got the best defense. You don't get to the playoffs without any talent on your team. I just want to say that because everybody be trying to use excuses for like they try to make it and try to like, all right, well, the only reason why he's getting to the playoffs is because he has talent. Well, you have to have talent to win in the playoffs and to even get to the playoffs. So that's just like, I don't understand the whole mindset of somehow why people try to make it seem like you're not supposed to have any talent, and if you get to the playoffs with talent, that takes a lot from you. That's just not the case in my eyes. Now, we have a top 5 defense right now. We have 29th ranked offense right now. Just to put that out there. Just want to put that out there. All right, so we talk about Bo Nix getting to the playoffs in his second year. So you got Caleb in his second year getting into the playoffs. You got who else is in that draft? Michael got hurt. Michael Penix Jr. got hurt. Spencer Rattler. I don't think Spencer Rattler's up there with these dudes. And then J.J. McCarthy. I love his ability, but like I said, availability is important. It's important. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not available to play, it just, and I know people are going to keep using the excuse of injuries. Bro, I literally been doing these primetime games when it comes to the 49ers. The 49ers lost so many players, and they're still in the playoffs with a chance. Last night, they had a chance to be the number 1 seed in the NFC. Why can't we be like that? And then that's why I want more consistently. I want more consistency. I want the Vikings to get to the playoffs 5 times in a row. Forget every other year or every 2 years. I want to get to the playoffs every single year. I want fan bases to say, I'm tired of the Vikings always getting into the playoffs. I want consistency. But the number 1 position is the quarterback position, and we have a question mark because he's young, which is understandable, but he has to be healthy. He has to. In 2026, that's my year. That's the year for me where I'm like, yo, I got to see something in 2026, respectfully. So all the other people that want to wait a little bit longer than, like, they want to wait probably a couple more years after 2026. If he doesn't have a good year or if he gets hurt, I don't want to hear these excuses. I just don't want to hear them. NFL has Vikings going to get tuned up today. Nah, I don't think so. Off topic, who do you think makes the NFC, the AFC Super Bowl? In the AFC, I got the Broncos, or I got the I see. There's so many good teams, man. I got Broncos or the Patriots. Broncos or Patriots. McCarthy 127, 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown. Oh, stop it. Packers have a quarterback named Tune. Yes, you know what's crazy? Yo, I was just thinking about that. Someone hit me up on my TikTok. It was like, do you know a quarterback named Tune? I said, yo, I just heard of him. This is my first time hearing about him. Because you know the Packers ain't starting. They have all their backups in, so which is understandable, but yeah. Excuse me, y'all. Packers have a quarter. Broncos don't have the best defense. My Texans do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I agree. Texans have the best overall defense. I will agree. I'm just talking about in general that it's neck and neck. Texans probably have the number 1 total defense, but I know the Broncos got to be top 5. I just love defense. As a Viking fan, I guess I have an old school mindset where I think defense can always beat a great offense. That's just my opinion. I've seen it constantly. I've seen it when Tom Brady went to the Super Bowl twice against the Giants, and that defensive line destroyed Tom Brady. And I believe Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. I've seen it last year with the Eagles going against Patrick Mahomes, another all-time great quarterback. That Eagles defense destroyed Patrick Mahomes to the point where Patrick Mahomes was overthrowing his wide open wide receivers. He was bouncing the football off the dirt. I'm a defensive person, so y'all got me. Like it's the Broncos. I love the Texans. There's so many teams that could come out the AFC. I'm a CJ Stroud guy. I love the defense of the Texans, and you know how I am with Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson. They have a defense, bro. They can get after the quarterback without even blitzing. Their front 4 is amazing. It's just hard to choose in the AFC. The AFC is tough to go. Like, it's really hard to be like, all right, the Patriots are definitely gonna go. Like, I have to choose like at least 2 or 3 teams. Like, I got the Broncos, I got the Patriots because of Drake May. I love Drake May, and I think I might go Texans because I love their defense. But to be honest with you, bro, the AFC is anything can happen in the AFC, bro. Broncos don't. That's because they got him, a.k.a. Hunter, still laugh the stupid Vikings fans saying he wasn't worth bringing back. Nah, hey, listen, that ain't all Viking fans though, bro. That's not me. That ain't me. That wasn't me. Some Viking fans didn't want to pay him. I think, and you got to understand it this way. Like as a Viking fan, some Viking fans probably didn't think bringing him back was worth bringing him back because they were thinking about the injury the previous year. They were talking about I think it was like a neck injury. So they were thinking like that. But you can't deny that. And I said this before. Danielle Hunter's better than Jonathan Grenard. You're replacing Danielle Hunter, one of the best pass rushers in Minnesota Viking history, with Jonathan Grenard. And I'm not taking nothing away from Jonathan Grenard. He had a down season this year. Last season, he was actually pretty decent. He was pretty good. I think he had like 11 sacks or something like that. Jonathan Grenard is a good pass rusher. He was just hurt this year. But you save money as well. I believe Danielle Hunter got paid a little bit more than Jonathan Grenard. But at the same time, I get it, man. Like, I'm frustrated. Sometimes you got to keep your talented players, but At the end of the day, the Vikings wanted to save money and potentially get that same production from Jonathan Gennard, even though it's not the same. It's levels to the game, right? It's levels to the game. I don't know how many sacks that Daniil Hunter has this year. I want to say he has like 13, something like that. Offense wins games, defense wins championships. Case in point, Denver, Carolina, Super Bowl 50. That's true. Definitely. I didn't trust the Broncos because of the quarterback. Yeah, Bo Nix is a young quarterback, but I trust Bo Nix. I actually do trust Bo Nix. I think he's better than what people think. And because his defense is so elite, I think people are like, all right, well, like only thing Bo Nix has to do is just manage the game. Just don't turn the ball over. Just manage the game. There's nothing wrong with being a game manager. When you have one of the best defenses in the game, just don't make it hard. Just don't turn the ball over. On third and shorts, make sure you get that first down. Just don't put your defense in a tough situation. Don't put your offense in a tough situation, and you should be able to win those games. Just manage the game. Ain't nothing wrong with a game manager. Like, and I don't mean that say that in like a negative way. Like people be like, oh, game managers are not really that good. Man, to be honest with you, I feel like almost every quarterback is a game manager. You know what I mean? There's a few quarterbacks that you're like, all right, they just create something out of nothing. Like no matter what's happening on the football field, they just make something out of nothing. There's not many quarterbacks that are like that elite right now. I mean, there's probably like, all right, I got Josh Allen, I got Patrick Mahomes, I got Lamar Jackson, I got Joe Burrow when he's healthy. And then there's other quarterbacks that are good, but I love Matthew Stafford as well. But like, it's nothing wrong with being a game manager. You know what I mean? Finally, I got primetime game tonight. Let's go, baby. But yeah, this was an interesting season, man. It does make you think, like, I'm gonna start saying it's any given season. You know, the Patriots got a chance to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. Matter of fact, let me see something real quick. So this is the last game of the season, right? Broncos, Patriots are fighting for the number 1 spot in the AFC. I don't know who has the tie. I guess the Broncos have the tiebreaker because they're number 1 right now. So they have the tiebreaker. So the Broncos need to lose and the Patriots need to win, and the Patriots will be the number 1 seed in the AFC. When it comes to the NFC, the Seahawks are the number 1 seed. The Bears are, I guess they're fighting for the number 2 seed with the Eagles. Depending if the Bears lose, the Eagles will have the number 2 seed. Oh, no. My bad. Hold on. Yeah. So that's right. That's right. So whoever wins those 2 games out of those, like if the Bears got the tiebreaker, but the Bears, if they win, they will be the number 2 seed. All right. And then you're still fighting. It looks like the Buccaneers are the 4th seed. 49ers are the 5th seed. I don't know. Rams 6th seed. 7th seed is the Packers, it looks like. Because the Buccaneers just beat the Panthers yesterday. Right? So the Buccaneers take that spot. Oh, I'm not sure. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that sucks, man. The Panthers, man, they lost at the end. All right, so then you got the Ravens and Steelers. They're going to go against each other for the 4th seed in the AFC. So that's another big game. Honestly, man, I got a feeling that the Ravens are going to get that seed. I think the Ravens are going to win. And I'm going to tell you why, right? And listen, I have a lot of people, you know, I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm Philly, everything besides football. I'm a Viking fan from PA because of the great Randy Moss. But the Ravens, I just have a feeling because all this talk about Lamar Jackson and Lamar Jackson is washed. It's crazy how people could say a quarterback is washed that soon after winning 2 MVPs. Yes, he hasn't won anything in the playoffs, but there's a lot of quarterbacks that ain't win nothing in the playoffs. Josh Allen didn't win nothing in the playoffs. Joe Burrow didn't win a Super Bowl. There's not many quarterbacks that win the Super Bowl, but he having a down season because of injury. But I have a feeling that Lamar Jackson is about to go crazy against the Steelers, and I think that might be the unfortunate truth. Now, when it comes to the Steelers, let's see if Aaron Rodgers can have one good game. This is a playoff game for the Ravens and the Steelers. Let's go Vikings, Mary. Let's go. Playoffs is different time of the year. Bo Nix needs to show up. That's a fact. That you ain't lying. Everybody got to show up. Like I tried to tell people earlier this season, before the playoffs even look, this is the last game of the year. Last games for many of these teams, right? Because a lot of teams are probably still in the playoffs. But I try to tell people like the playoffs, man, you can have the number one defense in the regular season and then you get cooked in the postseason. You can have the number one offense in the regular season and get cooked by a great defense in the postseason. That stuff that you did in the regular season don't really mean nothing, really. I'm being honest with y'all. Because I've seen plenty of teams get cooked. They got a number one defense. They get cooked by, a couple years ago, C.J. Stroud cooked the Browns' number one defense. And I see plenty of offenses get cooked by a defense. Like it happens, bro. Like the postseason is literally, it's a game, it's elimination every game. And this is why the Super Bowl is so amazing. Yes, if you have the first seed, you got home field and then you have a better chance, but nothing's guaranteed in the playoffs. Nothing is guaranteed. Yeah, Packers are stuck at 7. They can't get a different spot. Yes. Did you know there were more Viking fans at when they played the Cowboys? Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. When is the playoff? When is Vikings playoff game? We don't have a playoff game. We out. The Vikings didn't make the playoffs. Unfortunately, this is the last game of the season for the Vikings. Unfortunately, I don't even want to talk about it because I'm irritated. I just want to beat the Packers and just have great momentum going into 2026. And like I said about JJ McCarthy, I love his ability. I think he's better than what people think he is. I think the play calling held him back, but the biggest thing that held him back this year was injuries. And I'm giving him all 2026. I don't really want to make a trade for any big name quarterbacks. If it happens, I'm rocking with it because I'm a Viking fan, right? I wouldn't be mad if we went big for a quarterback. But JJ McCarthy for 2026 is the year that's for me. I'm not giving JJ McCarthy 5 years to develop. Like, I'm just respectfully speaking, because it's about the team. It's not about just one player. Because by 5 years from now, Justin Jefferson might not be in his prime. You don't know what's going to happen with Jordan. There's just too many things that can happen. And I'm not saying to rush the process with JJ McCarthy, but this will be his 3rd season. And this will be, and listen, even though it's technically, he didn't play no games his rookie season. He only played 10 games this season. But I just need to see him play healthy, and I need to see him play well. I know he's going to have some ups and downs, because even veterans have ups and downs. But I just want to see consistency. I want to see consistent play. I want to see JJ McCarthy be on that football field and show and prove everybody wrong. Prove the doubters wrong in 2026. But he has to be healthy. He has to be healthy. Because the only way you can develop is to be on that football field at this point. And if he's not the guy, the Minnesota Vikings are going to have to move on. In my opinion, I would move on in 2027. If he's not the guy in 2026, if he can't prove that he's the guy in 2026, I'm moving on in 2027. That's just me. It might not be the most popular decision. Some Viking fans are like, you got to give him another 3 years. I'm not doing it because there's Viking fans that witnessed, that been a Viking fan way longer than I have. And it's not about just one player. It's not just about one player. Even the quarterback is not just about one player. Especially when I'm seeing all these other quarterbacks that are staying healthy, and even though they had and they're just playing well, and they're young. So that's just my opinion. But I'm giving them all 2026. All 2026, this is JJ McCarthy's team. What's going on? Peace and love. What's good? Greg said, the Packers backup quarterback did well. Would you trade for him? I wouldn't trade for him, but what I will say is that we definitely need a quality backup. The Vikings, they have to get a quality backup. They cannot go into 2026 and just think that JJ McCarthy is going to be healthy all season. And I say this respectfully. He hasn't proven that he can be healthy for a whole season. I say that respectfully. That's not me trying to come at him. I know he's 22 years old. But that's my issue. He's 22 years old and he keeps getting hurt. And that's just what it is. Listen, we want him to be healthy, but at the end of the day, we cannot go into 2026 with Max Brosmer being our backup quarterback. I'll say that respectfully. Maybe our third string quarterback, but not our second string quarterback. If McCarthy stays as the quarterback next year, we will hear with the 5th overall pick, the Minnesota Vikings select quarterback. Yay, listen, I wouldn't be surprised, but I hope that the Vikings, I don't think the Vikings should draft another quarterback. I think they need to just go get you a veteran quarterback, because what I will say is this: the Vikings, if they can't develop JJ McCarthy, I don't trust them developing another quarterback, because I just don't trust it. I'd rather go get a veteran quarterback if he's not the guy in 2026. If he doesn't plan out, I'm not drafting another quarterback at high top 10 pick. I'm just not doing it. Go get me a Baker Mayfield. Go get me another quality quarterback. I don't care. Go get me a veteran quarterback out here. McCarthy needs to change his name to Ford Fix or Repair Day. Oh, man. What about Lamar Jackson? I love Lamar Jackson, but the one thing about Lamar Jackson is I just don't know if Kevin O'Connell would adjust his play calling for Lamar Jackson. I know he's a 2-time MVP. I think he's one of the best when healthy. I'm not one of the people that says he's washed after this one season where he's hurt, which I don't understand. Where like he's hurt, like definitely this season he hasn't played that many games, but he hasn't played well since he came back. To be honest with you, like the best, he hasn't been Lamar Jackson, right? So it's like I'm not one of the people that say he's washed. But like I said, I don't think Kevin O'Connell would adjust his play calling to match Lamar Jackson's talent. He doesn't even want to adjust his play calling for our rookie, our quarterback right now, even though that is a two-time MVP. So you would have to adjust for Lamar. Like if you don't adjust for Lamar, you just are not the best coach, to be honest with you. It's kind of like if you had a Peyton Manning, you don't have the same play calling that Lamar Jackson has. You just got to change the play calling. Peyton Manning is a different athlete than Lamar Jackson and the other way around. So, but I don't really know if Kevin O'Connell would adjust for Lamar Jackson. I just don't think he would. I don't know. Matter of fact, I don't want to say that. I would say I don't know. I would love Lamar, but I don't think it's going to happen because the Vikings have too many holes on the roster. You don't want to give up too much, in my opinion, because like I said, we need a lot of players on this team. We need a safety. We need a defensive tackle. We need a corner. We need a lot. We need a center. We might need a tackle. And I say an offensive tackle, and we need a defensive tackle. I say defensive tackle because I'm not the biggest fan of Jonathan Allen. I'm not the biggest fan of Hargrave. Hargrave, for me, he was all right. Jonathan Allen wasn't good for me. That's just my opinion. I'd like to see him and just make a connection and show that they can work together. Otherwise, I can't handle another down year for just. Yeah, I get it. Peace and love. This is why I said 2026 is the year I want to see JJ McCarthy do his thing, because I'm not waiting 5 years to see if he can develop. Because after 5 years, that's not a guarantee Justin Jefferson's going to be a very good wide receiver in 5 years. Like we gotta see. We gotta figure some things out. We gotta figure some things out, man. And I say that respectfully, man. Like 2026 is the year for me. And if he doesn't show, if he can't be healthy, or if he doesn't show enough promise going into 2027, I gotta move on. Respectfully speaking, I gotta go to another quarterback, a veteran quarterback, not a rookie quarterback. I can't do it. Guys who get hurt always get hurt. It is what it is. I hope not, bro. I hope not. Yes, hit the like button, everybody. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We are going live for every Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. And I truly feel that way. Again, sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. Whether or not you're a Viking fan, I always say that, this is deeper than just sports for me. Like I talk about the Vikings, but like I said, I'm trying to just build a YouTube family where we can all vibe and have a good time And like I said, there's a lot of evil going on around the whole entire world. And I just hope people could just come to this channel and just be themselves and just have a good time on this channel. We got my grandma could get Jefferson. Yeah, man, Greg. I'm telling you, man, he gonna have to. We gonna have to figure something out. Man, Greg. Jay said you should have gotten Rodgers when you had the chance for the. Yeah. People say that, bro. But hindsight 2020, bro. There's a lot of mistakes that the Vikings probably made, but we can't go backwards now. We're out of the playoffs. We're going to play against the Packers. We're going to build momentum going into 2026. We can't go backwards. Even with the conversations with Sam Darnold, you can't go backwards. We're going to see if J.J. McCarthy can be healthy. The most devastating thing is him getting hurt again. I'm not talking about this game. I'm talking about in general. I just hope the man can be healthy. Like I said, I'm cheering for J.J. McCarthy, man. But we got to figure some things out. Never made sense taking McCarthy with Kevin O'Connell as head coach. Draft a quarterback who averaged 19 passes a game in college, but went, to throw 30 plus times in pro. Bro, I'm not going to get into it. Hindsight 2020. I kind of said that. And my guy was Drake May. My top guy was Caleb, but I knew he wasn't getting Caleb. My second guy was Drake May. I'm not going to get into it. Ain't nothing we can do at this point. Ain't nothing we can do. We gotta see what JJ McCarthy can do, because I think JJ McCarthy can get to that point. I think JJ McCarthy can throw it 30 plus times and look good. My only thing is the play calling is so bad, and we don't establish the run enough. Even with a banged up offensive line, you could have still ran the ball. We just didn't run the ball. That even help him out. If the Vikings are just going to screw around with quarterbacks, let Jefferson go. Yeah, you know what? That's a conversation a lot of Viking fans are having. Burrow makes more sense than Lamar. Burrow is pure. Yes, which we know. Yes, the only problem with Joe Burrow, and this is why I try not to even get into the big name quarterbacks. You're giving up everything to get Joe Burrow, bro. You're giving up everything. And I don't know if we I understand great quarterbacks can cover up the deficiencies and make your team better. But we don't know about our tackles because our tackles keep getting hurt. We don't know about our center. We don't know about our safety. We don't know about our cornerback. We don't know about multiple positions on this team. And if you was to trade for a guy like him, the Bengals would be stupid to trade him for just 1 or 2 first-round picks. They're going to want a lot in order to even get him. I would love him. I would love to get a Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow said, I want to be on the Vikings, I am sorry. I'm so not sorry when it comes to J.J. McCarthy. Depending on how much we got to give up to go get Joe Burrow, I'm going that route. Because I know when he's healthy, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the game. The issue is he be getting hurt as well. Now, we just got to hope that man stay healthy. But at least we know when he is healthy, he's one of the best in the game. We don't know about that with J.J. McCarthy because he's so young and he keeps getting hurt, and we haven't seen enough games. He hasn't played enough games because he hasn't been in the NFL long enough. But going into his 3rd season, only playing 10 games is a little bit like, come on, man. Let's see what happens. 2026, we're going to definitely see. And the whole patient word, bro, like that patient word, I'm not saying it irritates me, but at the same time, I understand it. But it's like, what about the rest of your team? We talk about being patient with just one player. Yes, he is the quarterback and he's super young. But what about the rest of your team? Everybody want to talk about be patient with J.J. McCarthy, and I am as well. 2026 is my patience. 2026, show me something in 2026. Be healthy in 2026. After that, bro, if you don't show me enough, for me, I'm moving on, bro. I'm moving on. Because at the end of the day, we trying to win Super Bowls. We're not waiting 5-6 years to see if a quarterback can develop. We wait 5-6 years. He 26, 25, 20, 27 years old. And what if he still ain't that guy? Then what we wasted a chance to have a Joe Burrow. We wasted a chance to draft our future franchise quarterback. Listen, sometimes you got to move on. Maybe J.J. McCarthy might be the next Sam Darnold. So be it. Maybe we gave up on him too quick after 2026 and he becomes a Sam Darnold. Who knows? But at the end of the day, the one thing my mindset is like, 2026 is the year for me. For real. 2026, I got to see this man be healthy all year, bro. All year. Viking fans deserve a Super Bowl. I don't care. Viking fans deserve a Super Bowl. Be impatient. We ain't never win a Super Bowl. The team that won the most games, talking about being patient 5-6 years with a quarterback that only played 10 games in 2 seasons. I understand be patient but at the same time, how patient are we supposed to be? It's a team sport. It's not just a one-player sport. You got to also have other players that are good. By the time, if he's not good in 2026, hypothetically speaking, I believe he will be good, by the way. But hypothetically speaking, say J.J. McCarthy don't show enough and he gets hurt in 2026 or he don't show enough. What we going to do with Justin Jefferson? You're going to have to trade him. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. Justin Jefferson ain't going to tolerate this next year. Listen, I'm trying to be real with you, Viking fans all around the world. He ain't tolerating this next year. And he shouldn't have to. He shouldn't have to. And we shouldn't have to. We need to win a Super Bowl. That's the mission. That's the mission. Good luck on what's going on, Eric? New England Patriots back. Drake met. Yeah, they are back. They are back. They are back. What's going on? What's going on? What team wins 14 games and then trades away their quarterback? The Vikings. But the thing about it is, it wasn't just, I'm not taking anything away from Sam, but we also had a good defense as well. What I would say is this. Hindsight is 2020. Because if you look at Sam Darnold this year, he had another good year. He's 14-3 this year, and he's the number 1 seed in the NFC conference. What I will say is this. The Vikings, they could have franchise tagged Sammy and let let J.J. McCarthy sit one more year. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make a decision. Is he the guy or not? You can't sit him for 5 years to develop on the bench. He's going to have to get on that field and show. So we could have franchise tagged him this year, Sam Darnold, and then have J.J. McCarthy play the next year. But what if Sam Darnold had another great year with the Vikings, which would have been a playoff team? If Sam Darnold was the quarterback, I don't care that the offensive line wasn't that good this year, was hurt. We would be in the playoffs right now with Sam Darnold. We won't be 14-3, but we will be in the playoffs. Because I promise you, the quarterback play will be more consistent with Sam Darnold. And I'm just being honest. I'm being real. Right? But it sucks, man. But at the end of the day, we rocking with J.J. McCarthy. That's the decision that the GM and head coach wanted. And we're going to have to rock with it and see what happens. But I am happy for Sam Darnold. I am not going to be a hater and be like, I hope this man loses. I'm actually going to cheer for him in the playoffs. I want him to be good. I want him to be good. You know what I mean? It sucks that we couldn't win it last year with him, but I'm not going to hate on the man just because he lost. Because he's not with us. McCarthy not going nowhere. Yeah, McCarthy ain't going nowhere. You gritty, Chris Real. Good to see you. Good to see you, Blade. Gritty. What's going on, everybody? Everybody that's in the building, make sure you Super Hawk smash that like button. Super Hawk smash that like button if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Hit that like button to get this out. They've been affecting my notification. I don't know what's going on, but it helps if you hit the like button. And also, if you feeling the vibes, hit the subscribe button. We're going live for every Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, this is one YouTube family. Everybody's welcome. And I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. Truly appreciate y'all. We go live for every Viking game, and we're also going live for some primetime games as well. Not all of them, but some of them. And I will be going live for the last game of the season for the Vikings, and I will be going live for some playoff games in both conferences. So we'll see how that goes. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. Appreciate y'all. It's one coach, Kevin O'Connell problem too. Yeah, and you know, Eric, nobody wants to admit to that, Eric. When I was saying Kevin O'Connell is not being a good play caller, people were trying to come at me and be like, oh, it's J.J. McCarthy's fault. It's all his. No, it's not. is not all on J.J. McCarthy. I was calling out Kevin O'Connell from like week 3, week 4, saying his play calling is horrible. And then he finally admitted that he simplified the play calling at week 14. So, yes, play calling was horrible, but the biggest thing for J.J. McCarthy is health. Health is the number one thing for J.J. McCarthy. Because even though I feel like that man can play, he has the ability, he has that it factor, in my opinion. I'm just talking about for me. If he ain't healthy to prove it, it don't matter what I'm saying right now. He got to be on that football field to prove to the world that he's the real deal on that football field for the Minnesota Vikings. He has to prove to the world that he's the franchise quarterback of the mighty Minnesota Vikings. And in order for him to do that, he has to be healthy. That's the number one thing in 2026. And for this last game, he has to be healthy. That is it. And it sucks because I really feel like his numbers would be so much better if he was healthy this whole entire season, bro. His numbers would be actually pretty good, even as a rookie, even with all the injuries. J.J. McCarthy will look so good this season, even with all the injuries with the offensive line. J.J. McCarthy can play, y'all. I'm telling y'all. I really feel like that. The play calling was just horrible. It was terrible. It was so horrible. And then, like, I'm not saying fire Kevin O'Connell, but as Viking fans, we got to hold everybody accountable. Not just the quarterback, the coach, the general manager. Everybody has to be held accountable. And I tell you one thing, Crazy better not jack up this draft. That's another thing we got to talk about. Wait, I'm about to go on a big old rant. But shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Appreciate y'all. Darnold still has 14 wins this season. It isn't with the Vikings. That's a fact. Darnold was a good quarterback. What team starts 8-2 and falls on their face? Was that the Colts this year? I'm not sure. What happens if Sam Darnold teach the Super Bowl this year? Yeah, if he wins the Super Bowl, that'd be crazy. Skull, shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to Vikings News Today. Shout out to everybody. Giving away Darnold or the Vikings' new Lions bottom. Oh, man. That's true. Colts are going to need a head coach. Yes. But you know what happened with the Colts? That was injuries, though, bro. That wasn't because they just were terrible. Like, they just were a terrible team. They just fell off like, they just were terrible at the wrong time. That was injury, bro. When Danny Dimes got hurt, bro, it was over, bro. It was over. And then I say that this is why you have to have a backup quarterback. You have to have a quality backup quarterback. The Eagles won their first Super Bowl with a backup quarterback. Do y'all remember that year with Nick Foles? This is why people got to listen. Yes, the number one quarterback, the number one string quarterback is the most important. But I will argue that the number two quarterback on your roster is the second most important position on your team, because any play, your number one quarterback can get hurt. And you don't want to be a team where your season is over like the Colts when you lose your starting quarterback. You still want to have a chance. You don't want to be like, oh, we've just done. No, I don't want that. I don't want that for the Vikings. Like I said, the Eagles won their first Super Bowl with a backup, y'all, with Nick Foles. And after Nick Foles left the Eagles, what did he do, bro? He won the Super Bowl. The Eagles let him go. And what did he accomplish? He was good on that one run. I ain't taking nothing from him. Congratulations. I think he was an MVP in the Super Bowl. He outplayed Tom Brady, which he was good. But, bro, you need a backup. I never heard giving away. I don't know. Overthrowing over receivers is Kevin. No. Prods. Yes, I agree. I'm not saying that J.J. McCarthy didn't do no wrong. That's not me. That's not how I talk. What I'm saying is most of the problems was play calling. I'm not taking no responsibility away from J.J. McCarthy. Some of his throws were off. But the play calling, the play calling was so horrible early on in this season, it made J.J. McCarthy look even worse. Because if you notice, lately J.J. McCarthy's been looking pretty good. Decent. I'll say decent, right? is because of the play calling. Play calling helps. Play calling helps a quarterback so much, especially a rookie quarterback, right? You need a better play calling. You need better play calling. 2026 season needs to be high season. Yes, and Eric, like I said, don't nobody want to talk about that. When I said something about Kevin O'Connell, people were saying, what they say? And I say this respectfully. They were like, well, there's going to be a lot of other teams that's going to want him. Go ahead and have him. Listen, respectfully. If he doesn't make my quarterback, our quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, look a lot better with his play calling, they can have Kevin O'Connell. Because the one thing about Kevin O'Connell, which I'm not taking nothing from him when it comes to developing and making veteran quarterbacks look good or better, and Sam Darnold and Kirk Cousins, he hasn't made my young quarterback, our 2024 10th overall pick, draft pick, and J.J. McCarthy look good. If you can't make J.J. McCarthy look good, I don't care what you did with Kirk Cousins. I don't care what you did with Sam Darnold. And I said it once, and I'm going to keep saying it because people keep saying, well, he was good with them. That's with them. That's not with J.J. McCarthy. And it shouldn't take you, if you're such this awesome offensive-minded head coach, to wait until week 14 and say, I'm going to simplify the offense. What? Like, no, he going to take responsibility from me. From me, definitely. That's just how I feel. If they don't upgrade their offensive line coach, I am going to. Yes, they're going to have to update everything. Clean house when it comes to O-line coach, maybe even special team coach. They need to figure out some coaches that know how to develop talent, bro. Everybody that's in the building, hit that like button, hit that like button so we can get this out there. And also hit the subscribe button. We are going live for absolutely every Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us, and I truly feel that way. And we're also going to be going live for primetime games as well. Not all, but some. Shout out to each and every one of y'all that's in the building. Like I said, man, this channel is to bring people together. Now, I mean, you could be from outer space. You could be from Mars. You could be from Venus. You could be from Saturn. You could be from the moon. I don't care. You're welcome to this YouTube channel. But if you are an alien from another planet or another galaxy, if you're not from the Milky Way, hey, listen, respectfully speaking, let a brother know, because I don't want the man in black coming to my house and say, well, Mike, you invited aliens from another planet. Well, listen, I wasn't serious when I said that. That's not my point. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. He said, go Pack, go. Shout out to the Packer fans. We want to get y'all this. We want to get you in a few minutes. Colts are taking calls for Michael Pittman Jr. in March. Have you heard of any team giving them? Nah. Go Pack, go. I can't find the Packers and Vikings game televised on any channel. I'm going to be going live for the game. Play-by-play and reaction on this channel. Let's go Viking. Let's see what we can do. Facts, Eric. Would y'all trade Jonathan Grenard? Yes, I would trade Jonathan Grenard. Yes, I would. That's true. But yeah, everybody who's welcome to the YouTube family. Salute to everybody. I'm about to get off. I'm gonna be live for the play-by-play and reaction really soon. My bull said Patriots to the bowl. That's definitely they'll have a good chance, but we'll see. You'll definitely have a good chance. But I will be live. Does anybody on this live stream have a Twitch? I just made a Twitch account. If you have a Twitch, can you go to Twitch? It's Mike Sports Vibes and go follow my Twitch account. I only got like two people on there, I think. So if you do have one, check me out on there. But shout out to everybody in the building. I just want to put that out there. Have a wonderful day. And I'm out. I'll be back in, when time the game start? 1 o'clock. I'll be back in a few minutes. But shout out to each and every one of y'all. God bless. Happy holidays. And let's go to the bowl in 2026. The year's over. The year's going to be over. I don't want this year to be over. I want to make the playoffs. All right, y'all. I'm out.